Hey, Jesse, what do you think of Trump's burgeoning, Chris, that's a good word, burgeoning. I'm going to use that word. Burgeoning global war on drug cartels. Do you think it will end the same way the GWAT did? Well, wars are funny things. And the truth is that you can't get to the bottom, the real root cause of our drug problem with killing people. It helps. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining about what he's doing. I'm not. But the root of our drug problem in the United States of America is not the drug cartels. And it is not China. The root of our drug problem is we love drugs as a country. We love them. The cartels are bad, evil, criminal people who have found a market. You know, all criminals, all these criminals, you know, from the Italian mafia to whatever, they have found customers. They've found a market. That's how they make money. Drug cartels have discovered correctly that the United States, here in the United States of America, there is a desire for slaves, as there has always been a desire for slaves, and there is a desire for drugs. People want slaves, people they own. You can make them do whatever you want. People always have, people always will, and people want drugs. And so that is a market the drug cartels have chosen to dip their toe in, and they've made a fortune doing it. Now, yes, I realize we're talking about soulless evil demons who kill and torture people and things like that. This is in no way a defense of drug cartels, but you can sit and drop bombs on drug cartels for the next 4, 8, 12 years, however long we have the White House. You can kill scores and scores and scores of them. You can go after their manufacturers. You can do a lot of very good things. By the way, things you should do. I'm not complaining. Things you should do. And that will drive up the cost of drugs and things like that. But none of that takes care of the root of the problem. And the root of the problem is Americans love drugs. We are a fabulously wealthy country. Contrary to what you may hear, we have ridiculous amounts of money compared to other parts of the world. And like many wealthy countries throughout history, we want to spend some of our extra cash we have laying around on things that get people high, or whatever kind of drug you happen to be doing, hallucinating. I don't know. That's not my particular area. You know where they don't struggle with drugs? On one of these crappiest country in the world lists where people live on $1 a day. You're not worried about getting high. You're trying not to die of diarrhea. That is your entire life. Here in America, we don't have those concerns. Boredom, wealth has brought about a love of drugs. Now, that said, where's the drug cartel war going to go for Trump? Well, Trump has something he wants, and he has actually handled Iran so far in this exact same way, the way he's handled the drug cartels. Trump is not a boots-on-the-ground guy. Trump is not a go-to-war everywhere all the time guy. He has a very different view of foreign policy, and actually I like his view of foreign policy very much. But he understands there are times when you're going to have to project power somewhere else. So, for instance, Iran, he wanted to stop their nuclear reactors, their nuclear facilities. Well, I mean, you can send in the Marines, or you can coordinate with Israel, have Israel take out their anti-air defenses for you, which they did with our help, and then you can simply fly over some long-range bombers, drop a bomb down what is essentially the chimney, nuke the daggone thing, and then fly back home, and you've lost nobody. And frankly, you haven't really risked anybody. You dropped some bombs, you went home, and now Iran is completely crippled. That is a fine way to do things. You know, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth just put out another video. We just nuked another drug boat that was on its way. Okay, all these are fine. All these are good, but they're not taking care of the problem. Do you want to hurt these people, or do you actually, yeah, you're right. Sorry, Chris, Secretary of War. I got to get used to that, and I love that, Secretary of War. Do you want to hurt these people, or do you want to completely eradicate and defeat these people? Those are two very, very, very different things. You remember the conversation we had when they first started talking, the Trump administration, when they first started talking about the drug cartels, They were saying things like wipe them from the face of the earth, eradicate them, using language like that. Here is the problem, as I talked about on the radio. That's not possible, probably at all, but it's definitely not possible without boots on the ground going town to town in Mexico, intelligence operations, intense urban warfare, guerrilla warfare. It's not possible to do that, to eradicate the drug cartels without being hands-on. You cannot drone strike your way into eradicating the drug cartels because they are intertwined in their communities in Mexico. In a lot of communities, they are the community. They are the government. They pave the roads. They build the schools. I know that's crazy. That's the way it is. In parts of Medellin, Colombia, Pablo Escobar is celebrated to this day for the soccer fields he built and churches and schools. I know it's a weird world, but it is the world in which we live. So where do I see this going? It depends on what I choose to believe. If the Trump administration truly wants to eradicate the drug cartels, by the way, they're not idiots. They know everything I just said. If they want to actually eradicate the drug cartels, it's going to involve the United States military invading Mexico. Period. It is. If that's not what Trump wants, and I very much doubt that's what Trump wants, that does not align with his foreign policy at all. If it's not what Trump wants, then the goal is not necessarily to eradicate the cartels. It's to hurt them very badly, keep arresting, keep killing their leadership, I suspect is our plan. Arrest, kill their leadership, keep nuking these drug boats, making life difficult for them. All this stuff, the result of all of this is fewer drugs coming into America. That's obviously a very good thing, which will drive the cost of drugs up through the roof, which will price some people out of the drug trade. The problem with that is historically, that has not really gotten people off of drugs who were hooked on drugs. For instance, heroin and things like that, and meth, and a lot of these things, their use increased as our prescription drug opioids, however you say that, Vicodin, Percocet, these types of things, as we were giving prescriptions out for that, and people's prescriptions started to run out where they couldn't afford them anymore. Well, these people were already hooked on these drugs, and they went searching for others. Okay, my doctor won't give me a prescription. I bet you the shady guy up the street with a tattoo on his face will give me something to give me my fix. It will help. I applaud what they've done. But there is no eradication of the drug cartels without a military invasion of Mexico. Are you willing to do that? I will tell you, I don't think the Trump administration is willing to do that. So we can hurt them, make drugs more expensive, and those are good things, but that's not eradication at all. And the second we get a Democrat back, they rebuild because Democrats love drugs and illegals. That's the way it is. All right.